In this week's chapter of One Piece, the most epic thing happens ever. Rebecca's gonna be princess!
Woo! That's right, my friends. Oh, and something about some dude named Kaido.
He's got some horns. He's, you know, kind of a badass. We don't need to talk about that.
No. It's all about Rebecca becoming the princess and Fujitora gambling and running away from the Straw Hats.
I'd say he's more so, you know, helping him out.
10 out of 10! That's it right there. Alright, let's get serious for a moment. This week's chapter of One Piece introduces one of the key characters, one of the 4 emperors, the Yonko, freaking Kaido of the Beasts. We've been waiting to see this guy for a long time, and honestly, I don't think his appearance disappoints at all. The whole build-up to him, the fact that he's been trying to, like, kill himself in this week's chapter, and it didn't work, and he's getting ready to start this huge, mega, big-ass war. This was an awesome chapter of One Piece.
To be honest, I was like, okay, are we getting another chapter of them saying, you know, here the Straw Hats are running away, and we're just sort of like still decompressing from Dressrosa? I was like, come on, guys, next thing, let's keep it moving. And then the part that I actually did really like was the Sanji, Nami, you know, Brook thing. Like, that was all cool.
It was really great that they got back to them.
Yeah, but I did kind of think it was interesting. How'd they get away from Big Mom? Who are these people they're fighting? You know, I was a little confused, and I thought that maybe they missed out on an opportunity to show more of the Big Mom stuff. So I was a little sad about that. But at the same time, this fight seems interesting, and it's kind of like... it seems like they're setting it up for Luffy and them to kind of meet back up.
Exactly.
So,
but I do like how everything is sort of tying into Kaido and the Beast. Like, you know, you have Brook, Nami, Chopper, and Momonosuke who've arrived at Kaido's island, and they're fighting against him and his goons. There's this one guy who literally seems like he can either transform his arms into these, like, giant ram horns, or he seems to have, like, some sort of special weapon. And you can tell that these guys are all working for Kaido, because just like, you know, Doflamingo's crew, they have, like, these certain outfits that they like to wear, or even, like, Foxy the Silver Fox, like, they're wearing these, like, weird little horn things on their head, and they all seem to work with him. And what I really loved about the scene, again, just playing to the strengths of these characters and how funny they are, there's a scene where there's this big, giant water explosion that starts to wash everyone away, and Brook is like, I'm gonna save you guys! And just Brook and Chopper are being swept away, and Nami's like, damn you freaking devil fruit users! And she's the one who actually has to save the day. And I can't forget this just because it's weird and it's gonna be really fun to say. The cover page this week was Nami putting makeup on a gorilla.
Yeah, but the gorilla looks like it's into it. Or Nami's forcing him to smile, or her to smile. It's interesting.
Animal testing via Nami. It's pretty freaking weird, but it's a really funny intro page.
Dark when you think of it like that. Animal testing. I think all those products were approved by the time it got on that gorilla. So, yeah, what else is there interesting?
Okay. Freaking Kaido.
Kaido.
Okay, so the build-up to Kaido, first and foremost.
Yeah, so they're like, okay, I was like, who's this pirate? They're kind of talking shit about this guy. He's been captured. He's been tortured. The government's got him. The warlords have got him. He's been defeated X amount of times. I'm like, so why do I care? And then all of a sudden, and by the way, he's trying to commit suicide. And then you see him jump off one of the clouds, you know, from like Skypiea level.
He's being watched by Uruge, who's the one big Skypian, or at least a guy who's from another one of the islands.
Yes.
And he's commenting all about this guy and how he's been trying to, like, off himself. And this is all followed by Kaido literally falling out of the skies.
That panel was so cool.
It was like a meteorite of just pure manly death just exploding into the Kid Alliance. And that's another really interesting thing about this chapter. Not only is it the introduction of Kaido, but he's attacking Kid, Basil Hawkins, and frickin' Scratchman, and just blowing up everything. The actual impact of him just, like, falling down on top of them has caused a lot of their ships to sink down. And then, of course, you get the big, formal first introduction of the character, and he just looks awesome, metal as hell. He definitely evokes memories of, I'd like to say he's like a perfect combination of, like, Whitebeard and Oars, because he's big like Whitebeard, but he has, like, the horns like oars.
Yes, that's a good
And he also has like these cool tattoos all over his arms, which look like snake or dragon skin. There's a skull there. He's got these like spiked collars on and everything. And he just looks intimidating and awesome. Just a really cool looking One Piece character.
Yeah, and the first thing he says is, I'm going to start the War of the Century. He's like, never mind, I guess I can't kill myself. I'm just going to start a big war.
Oh, I had a bad day. I can't kill myself. You know, a little bit of reverse on that. But yeah, just the introduction of this character has been a long time coming, because we've now pretty much been formally introduced to all of the warlords of the series, except, of course, for Big Mom, who we saw her, but she was in shadow, but we can assume that she's big and massive and maybe even bigger than Kaido. But despite that, we've already learned in the series that size really doesn't mean anything in One Piece. You know, we've seen
Luffy
little guys.
Giants all the time.
All the damn time.
Yeah.
But Kaido is considered the most physically strong being in the entire One Piece universe. That might have to do with the fact that they can't kill him and they can't do anything to destroy him, and he just keeps on kicking. But I really can't wait to see what this guy's capable of and how his title, Kaido of the Beasts, is actually going to tie into what his actual powers are. Like, is he going to be able to manipulate and control creatures? Is he going to have some sort of big army of zone-type users, or like the ones that were created by the Smiley Fruit?
Yeah, does he even need to use armament hockey?
Exactly.
Does he just deck you and it doesn't matter?
That's what I can't wait to see. Like, it'll sort of like already shake up the fact that hockey is not going to be like the end-all be-all like answer to any situation. Like, I kind of hope that that's what's going to happen. Like, he's going to run into Luffy. Luffy's going to hit him like with a big attack that has hockey, and he's just going to be like, huh, and then he just like bitch slaps him and knocks him away. Like, there's so much hype for this character, and just seeing him just gets me so freaking excited. I love it.
And the good thing is, One Piece is just so great at whenever you think like the characters are a certain strength, they introduce new characters that are just so much stronger, but still believable, because Kaido was like on hold. Like, the creator was holding that guy back, and now he has released him into the world, and I'm very excited to see how this character plays out. Because, and the other thing is this going to mess up the going after Shanks? You know, because that like fell right on.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, he completely like destroyed their entire plan. Like, I honestly, that was, I think, maybe the most shocking thing.
Maybe
aside
we're going to
from
see
the reveal.
him fight next week because he's going to fight the Kid Alliance. Maybe. I don't know. That'd be cool.
If there's a great way to demonstrate like how powerful Kaido is going to be, it's going to be him watching them just like destroy these like brand new big high level pirates. Because that's not to say that, like, you know, Kid and them are all like super mega powerful, but with all of them working together, they clearly seem like they might have an advantage. But them just seeing Kaido, they're just like, oh shit, this is gonna suck right here. And just the introduction of the characters was really great. You know, not only just the build up to him and the fact that he's a really intimidating and cool looking character, but the fact that it still sort of captures that One Piece cartoony, like, funny nature. Because not only does he like fall to the earth, but he leaves an imprint like in the ground like freaking Wile E. Coyote. So the chapter still has like a sense of humor behind it, and that's again just what made this one just so infectious and awesome, and a chapter that any One Piece fan should definitely check out and not miss.
This is historic One Piece chapter.
It
if you
is.
really think, because this is like one of the last warlords we haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
You know. So anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm giving this one a 10 out of 10. Or 5 out of 5.
Yeah, yeah.
5 out of 5.
I'm doing 5 out of 5. I give it a 10. A 10.
Well, that is, you know, 5 out of 5 plus 2. Or plus, never mind. I don't do math. The point is, we really liked it. We're glad you guys are watching. Make sure to thumb up the video. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Also, we have a podcast called The Powerful Nerdcast. We just got to put on iTunes. So if you guys could, go to iTunes and rate the podcast. We like 5-star ratings, but you give it what you want. And also give us a little, like, short, like, 2 or 3 sentence review. That would really help us out. And anything else, Corey?
We want to hear from you guys what you thought about this week's chapter of One Piece. What did you think about the introduction of Kaido? What do you think his powers are going to be? And what do you want to see from the next big arc of One Piece? Please tell us in the comments section below.
Boom. So until next time, stay dandy, baby.